Hey everyone, Christopher Patches Norton here, and I'm coming to you from my home office here in Conroe, Texas, which is about 35 miles north of Houston. Last night I had an incredible coaching call with Lisa Grossman, and Lisa asked me, after giving her my testimonial and explaining a few things about me, she goes, would you do me a favor and put that on video? Record yourself and post it out there because I think it could help other people. So here it goes. I'm from South Louisiana. I joined the military in 1986. I served over 20 years in the Air Force, 5 in what we call Big Blue and 15 in Special Ops. I transitioned from the Air Force when I retired straight into NASA. There, I became the lead loadmaster on the Super Guppy transport aircraft, and I was specifically hired for the Constellation program, which at the time was the new space program for America. It later, thanks to Mr. Obama, it was killed, and just the Orion portion of it was held back, was saved. And I was working with them, but I did some work for International Space Station, the shuttle program, moved flight hardware. I just did a lot of great things. I was integrated into that the space program pretty well because they needed to know that they could move what they were building. So I had a unique position being right in there, and it was special, is all I can tell you. It was very, very special. Well, after 5 years at NASA, I was doing a support mission with the Super Guppy for, oddly enough, the Air Force when I got hurt, and that was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. NASA in turn medically retired me, and that led me into an entirely new phase of my life. Here I am. I was 43 years old. I was getting medically retired. I wasn't yet. I was medically retired at 44, but at 43 I had quit working. Um, I was sitting at home. I was hurting bad. I didn't walk without assistance for 8 months. I'd crawl everywhere I had to go in my house. It was a challenging time. Uh, I didn't know I didn't know what my purpose was anymore. I mean, how can you be that young and not have anything to do? The military was behind me. I retired from that. NASA put me to bed and medically retired me. And here I am on a ton of medications. I was taking morphine, copious amounts of it, from a doctor. This was my pain doctor prescribed. And one day I hopped on a scale at the Texas City VA outpatient clinic, and I weighed 297 pounds. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what in the hell? When I got hurt, I weighed 196 pounds. I'd gained 101 pounds in 8 months. It's unbelievable. I had no idea that could even happen. So food had become a comfort for me. And of course, I wasn't moving very well, so there's no energy being expended. When I got off the scale, I glanced at a picture on the wall, and the frame reflected my image better than I'd ever seen it in a mirror, at least recently. And I didn't recognize who I was, and it was a rough time for me. Well, fast forward about a year or so, and I met a young guy named Lawrence Tam at an event. And Lawrence, I was walking with a cane. I was weighing probably the same thing, maybe 295 or somewhere around there. I was hurting, and Lawrence became a friend of mine. Well, let's fast forward a few years more. I moved up to Conroe, Texas. I got married, found a woman that actually loved me for me, and even with all my injuries, cares for me. So I'm very fortunate. But I'm still carrying around all this weight and weighing 287 pounds. And I get a message. Me and Lawrence stayed in touch through the years. And Lawrence contacts me and says, Chris, would you do me a favor and try something? And, I knew Lawrence was a network marketer. And I said, Lawrence, I'm really not interested in any more. No, I'm not. No more businesses. I'm not going to do it. I can't really do it. And he said, no. Try the product. And I said, you know what, Lawrence is a friend of mine, so I said, sure. And he said, hey, he had lost 10 pounds, I think, at that point. And Lawrence is Asian. He had been eating rice. He says, man, I know you're Cajun. I know you're going to be eating rice and stuff, but will you at least give this a shot? I think it will help you. So I went ahead and did. I ordered it a week later. Stuff is in, and I'm trying it, and all of a sudden I'm starting to notice changes. They were small at first. Okay, the first day not so much. The second day, I noticed that I wasn't as hungry and I had a little more energy. The third day, I was less hungry and had even more energy, and I had slept better. So after the first week, my wife noticed, and so did I, but my wife really noticed that I wasn't making the grunting noises I normally make getting out of my lazy boy. And I don't use that as a just a general term. I have an actual lazy boy, and I spent most of my life in that chair. And yeah, it snuck up on me, but I was actually moving better. And I guess after hurting for so long, I just didn't recognize what that felt like. And it was amazing. But not only that, I wasn't taking naps anymore. Okay, it had only been a week. And I usually take 1 to 2 naps a day. I wasn't doing that anymore. You got to understand that I've got a metal plate in my neck. I've got a bulging disc above and below it, bone spurs in that area. I've got 3 ruptured discs in my lower back. I've had 3 hernias, 2 hernia operations with complications from both. Both my shoulders are messed up. My right shoulder I just had repaired in February of this year, and I'm still getting cortisone shots in it because it still hurts. So surgery isn't always the answer, is what I'm trying to say there. Both my knees are jacked up. I cut this finger off. I don't know if you see that little hump right there. That's because it's a cadaver bone in there. That's right. A dead person's bone is in my finger holding it together. The end of it doesn't bend anymore. But this wrist was operated on 3 times. So I've had a lot of things worked on my body. I've also got severe nerve damage all over my body. So I'm almost always in pain. Something hurts me all the time. And I'm very limited on the things I can do. So that's why I don't work anymore, and a lot of times I'm medicated. This product has done for me what medical science and injections have not been able to do. My inflammation has gone down and I'm moving better. Now don't get me wrong, this is not a magic pill, this is not snake oil, this is not going to cure cancer, but what it will do is help you feel better. And I don't know about you, but when you don't feel great, when you struggle every day with knowing your purpose and something wakes you up, that's the only way I can put it. It woke me up. I've been sitting in that chair every day just with zero purpose. And now, man, I'm just feeling better. Everybody knows that talks to me, that knows me, says, dude, you sound better. This has really been an amazing, amazing product for me, and it's changing my life. So much so that my wife noticed and said, we need to get in front of this. I'm telling you, this is going to be a big deal. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a big deal. This company is going to impact thousands and hundreds of thousands of lives, millions of lives. So my wife signed up to be a promoter, and together we are working this. And we're gonna go somewhere. I can promise you, you're gonna see me on that stage one day giving this testimony in person. But for now, I want you to use this video as a tool, because I honestly know in my heart there's a lot of people out there that don't think they have any more value. They're either disabled vets or they're just disabled for some other reason, and they've lost their purpose, they lost their mission. And I'm here to tell you, you can get it back, okay? But you have to want it. And I honestly wanted to lose the weight, but I didn't have the mojo. I was missing my mojo. And this little product gave me the crutch I needed to open that door, step in, step through it, and get it done. So if that's what you need, is a little bit of motivation, I think we have it. If you want to do something other than that 9-to-5 job for the rest of your friggin' life, I think we got the answer to that too. Matter of fact, I know we do. Network marketing is probably the most amazing business in the world. Nowhere else can you actually get paid for your efforts. Because I promise you, if you worked right now, if you went to work today and didn't leave for a month, your boss is not going to pay you any more than they already did. The fact is, if overtime isn't authorized, they're not paying it. And the market really is pretty rough. A lot of my friends have been laid off. My family have been laid off from the oil fields, and they're just waiting to go back to work. It's an unstable world, folks. A lot of you have got great jobs and you've never lost it, and that's great. But there's nothing wrong with having an extra source of income and doing something that can change your family tree generationally. Okay, so I want you to think about that, and I want you to share my video because I know other people are dealing with what I deal with, and they can get some hope from me. And I hope that I can provide that value to you and them. So my name is Christopher Patches Norton, and that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry I went a little long and I got off a little track here and there, but I think it was important. And I appreciate you for letting me into your home via this video, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.